The book #Activism chronicles various ways that digital activism has come to shape global, national, and local politics. The authors particularly explored how a lot of people in the United States turned to Twitter to challenge racial and gender injustices through hashtags. They examined how hashtags have become central to racial justice and gender justice efforts, what stories hashtags tell, and why we must listen to these stories. From Black Lives Matter to Me Too, hashtags have been useful in amplifying voices of the marginalized. Because of this persistent underrepresentation and misrepresentation, contemporary counterpublics respond using media technologies available to them. Twitter is an example of such technology, pushing the mainstream public sphere on issues of social progress in ways more powerful and visible than ever before. The #MeToo movement is one example provided in text. Sexual assault activist Brooke started Me Too in 2007 to provide women and girls the opportunity to connect with other survivors, but this was overtaken with the adoption of Me Too in hashtag form by actress Alyssa Milano. Milano's single tweet of, quote, "If you've been sexually harassed and assaulted, write Me Too" as a reply to this tweet, quote, has garnered thousands of likes and sparked a cross-cultural exchange of sexual abuse. And Black women have been speaking up about sexual violence for decades, but their voices were not heard. Twitter storytelling changed this narrative by raising consciousness, creating solidarity, circulating new cultural narrative, while articulating demands for the change. The #MeToo moment became a loud chorus of voices using Twitter to tell the stories about women's experiences with violence that were not and had not been told in the mainstream media. In these online spaces, unlike in real life, women told their own stories, they were believed, male allies helped elevate their voices, and women, experts in their own lives, added nuance to the all too often oversimplified and inaccurately reported systemic issues of gender, violence, and victimhood. Like the authors of #Activism would argue, online activism does lead to material effects in the digital and physical sphere. Now, while reading the book, I couldn't stop thinking about how this plays out in my own country, Nigeria. A recent example is a #EndSARS campaign of October 2020. What started as a series of tweets online led to demonstrations in Nigeria and in the diaspora. The EndSARS movement saw a majority of Nigerians marginalized.
October 2020
in one of the largest
is a moment
demonstrations
that will never be forgotten in Nigeria's history.
The social movement was not only a rallying call for comprehensive political reform, but it also became a symbol of hope and change.
Nigerian youth were tired of being profiled.
As the protest got bigger and spread to other cities,
harassed,
the Nigerian government
tortured,
on October 11, 2020,
and even killed by a unit of the Nigerian police force.
Some of their demands and announced the
we want to end SARS. That's what we want. They need to go.
So the youth got out to protest
and millions of Nigerians
and demand an end to police brutality.
This story was widely covered and generally celebrated in the international press. When protests continued after the final ending of SARS,
it is impossible to forget how they marched,
demands, Nigerian security forces attacked crowds of protesters and killed several people on October 20,
and how they kept
2020.
Showing up despite
when the government denied
this
these shootings. It was videos, particularly live Instagram
until the 20th of
a
October,
young Nigerian artist named DJ Switch that provided proof that such happened and would later expose the hideous claims of the Nigerian government to the world.
Everybody look at this. These are the bullets that were falling by our side that were
drew the attention of Jack Dorsey, CEO of Twitter. He tweeted links with the #EndSARS, one to a page curating stories of victims of SARS and police brutality in Nigeria, and another to the official website of the Feminist Coalition, a Nigerian Twitter feminist group that were at the forefront of the EndSARS campaign. Jack Dorsey went further to create another tweet calling for donations to help EndSARS. Twitter subsequently created a tight fist emoji wrapped in the Nigerian flag to support the movement. The authors of #Activism have shown how social media spaces, Twitter in particular, give ordinary people the power to report stories as they unfold and to contextualize these stories within marginalized experience and knowledge. Just as we have seen with the #EdScience campaign as well, and also as the authors have argued, it is not enough for stories to be told. They must also be heard. They must cross online and offline boundaries and silences and reach new audiences. Twitter represents a very real opportunity to work toward change by reintroducing and reframing issues for the public that have either been misrepresented or ignored in the mainstream public sphere. It provides an open platform that brings to forelight a nation's mess, often hidden in the suppressed voices of the oppressed. The sense of community that a hashtag creates is its strength. It's a tool for sharing collective pain, anger, and pleasure. The examples illustrated in #Activism demonstrate how claims originating online are legitimate and essential counter-narratives. Taking them seriously is vital to social progress and civil society.